Your relationships impact your health, for better or for worse, and divorce can seriously take a toll. Over 800,000 of you will divorce this year. The question is, how do you get through it? Celebrity divorce attorney Laura Wasser joins us. Now, Laura has negotiated some of the most famous divorces, from Maria Shriver and Arnold Schwarzenegger to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard to Demi and Ashton Kutcher. And these high-profile cases can get wild. But I'm going to ask you this. Have you ever heard a case like this one? So a Florida woman recently drove her car through her ex-husband's fence and slammed into his car, reportedly because she was upset he was awarded custody of their horse.
In so many words, yes, I have heard of cases like this. People get extremely emotional when they are going through a divorce. It is devastating, it is frustrating, it is scary, and whether you are one of our celebrity clients or a normal person, you have the same total fright and sadness when you're going through it. If you can take those elements out of the business transaction that's a divorce, I think you're in a really, really good position.
Well,
those people didn't do that, I don't think.
Obviously, we say love and hate, two sides of the same coin, right? Obviously, you have to have an emotional attachment to this person. You love them enough to marry them, probably love them enough to have kids, and then all of a sudden, things change. Things can get pretty crazy, right?
Yes, but I do try to remind clients to get back to that place where you loved them. What did you like about them as they're going through it? Because if you do have kids, or a horse, you're gonna have to probably be dealing with this person for a long time, and you better figure out a way to get through it, unlike any other kind of a lawsuit.
It's about reframing and thinking positive, because in some ways, making all of that resentment part of your life is actually hurting yourself even more so than your ex-spouse.
Totally.
And we've seen it, people that truly become sick, whether it be mentally or physically, they look terrible, they feel terrible, their mood is terrible. I mean, is there such a thing as a good divorce?
I don't know if there's such a thing as a good divorce, but there is a thing as an easier or a simpler divorce. That's why I created It's Over Easy, which is online divorce, so that people that are not the same kind of socioeconomic level as some of the clients of my firm are able to go online and go through this process and do it in a way that is more cost-effective and amicably with their spouse.
And I guess couples, they think about what's most important to this guy. Was his Porsche or his horse or his wine, whatever. Go where it hurts him, right?
That's
Find
right.
that you know where that soft spot is.
Craziest story ever that you've heard?
So when I was a baby lawyer, I was sent to go observe and supervise the removal of several bottles of wine from one of my clients' wine cellars because his ex-wife was getting some of them, a small percentage. So I got there and I was waiting upstairs.
Like a major collection.
A major collection.
Wines.
Thousands of bottles of priceless wine with a full inventory. And so the movers went down into this wine cellar and I was waiting upstairs, and one of them came upstairs and said, "Miss, I think you need to come see this." And I said, "Oh no, what?" The wife had steamed every label off of every wine bottle in the entire cellar, rendering them unrecognizable.
And see, that's just so much work for the person who's doing that. It's like, well, couldn't you have done something better with your time, something to nurture yourself and have fun with your friends and family members? And I think that's where this bothers me, and I know that this happens all the time, is that children end up becoming the pawns in which parents use to assault one another in the context of a divorce. And we know all of the negative effects with that. So what are some of your advice or tips for parents to kind of stay on track and remember what's actually important in all of this?
Because when people first come in, they always say to me, I just want to make sure my kids are okay. And then they kind of backslide into using the kids, arguing about the kids. Important to remember that child custody plans are always modifiable. So think outside the box. Think what might work, give it a try. Also keep in mind that in most jurisdictions in the United States, we are seeing judges wanting kids to have time with both of their parents.